given me the thumbs up. That means it is time for the end is...
Sigh.
That's right. Welcome, just for good measure. I'm Todd.
And I am Nate.
Oh, he did the echo. Okay, great. Perfect. It's not mocking. It's like a tribute. It's the best parody is the best tribute.
All right.
Yeah, Nate, thanks for being here, Nate. Can you tell the audience what they can expect? I swear to God, we're professionals.
Nothing but unprofessionalism. Absolutely just dog shit. No, so yeah, we are the end of Sigh. And normally we go through movies, and from those movies we take two themes. And today you've caught us on the theme episode, which we are talking about evolution and evolution of CGI because the movie was Evolution. I'm saying evolution a shit ton.
And mine is... Well, did you... I mean, I feel like you said mine, but it didn't seem like you did. Because mine is literally just about the actual science of evolution. Nate's, yeah, it's evolution of CGI because we did the movie Evolution last week. Keeping up with us, guys? You know what? I knew you had said mine in there, but I was like, maybe he stumbled and said evolution twice. No one would know if I don't explain that further.
Yeah.
In almost 100 episodes, we have not evolved, guys. Just a heads up. So,
no, we haven't. We have devolved for sure.
Oh yeah, this is like poison for us. I don't know, Slowly the podcast feedback is seeping into our brains and poisoning us like mercury.
How would you describe the end of Sigh? Oh, it's brain rot.
Oh God, no! Oh no! Are we the AI slop version of podcasting? Pod slop?
No. We admit that we're idiots and we fuck up on shit. We don't use AI to do any of our things.
It's true. Which, oh my God, what a great segue. But Nate doesn't even know what I'm talking about, but he soon will. So that's a Bare Naked Ladies song as well. But you soon will. That one. Nate.
Where?
What?
Where?
Oh, Underwear. I just made you say, yeah, okay, great. Wow, that's a different even song, too, isn't it?
It is.
Wow. Damn, deep cuts for people paying attention. Nate, well, before I jump into what I teased, anything from the meantime that you've done before we get into our themes?
Updated the garden a little bit,
Ooh.
So that was exciting. Built a little cage with a net around it to put around the strawberry bushes.
And that protects them from what kind of bugs love strawberries? Just any bugs?
No, just birds.
Oh, it's the birds. Oh, I was thinking
birds out of the berries. These strawberries, very, very, like the size of a pea is how big they get.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't grow
so
beyond that.
No.
Oh, wow.
It's very much like a. Let me just get a little nip here. Oh, that's so wonderful.
Just a little taste.
Yeah.
Could you get enough of them to blend into something?
No.
Okay.
It's a sad little strawberry. The two bushes, it doesn't produce nearly enough. But the tomatoes, they're coming in real nice. The Romas, they're really starting to go crazy. We got the jalapenos. Those are doing great. They got a nice spice to it.
Okay.
Cilantro, not so great.
I need that cilantro for my salsa.
It's only like a one-time like cilantro is a very weird plant.
I know there's like those hydroponic ones. I had given at one point I had like a hydroponic internal like inside the home type one, which was really cool. As the lights, it like does some water feeding. And then I was like, I'm not keeping up with this, so I gave it to Nate and Kat, and that sat on the banister every time. I've been there for years, so I know, but that's a good thing to use the cilantro for.
Yeah, one time we've used it, but it is an upkeep thing. It is just like
it is
that's there.
And I swear it was a good it was because I wasn't going to keep up with it, but it was an expensive thing. It wasn't like some shitty thing I handed off. It does take the time to work, but they are good when you do it. But it does require maintenance and buying the pods and doing all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know if I'm trying to think of anybody I saw successfully use those and like grab their fresh mint from it and stuff. I'm sure they're out there. I'm not in their homes, but they're out there. Okay. So my salsa garden's coming along nicely. It's always good to hear.
What about you?
I've not just catching up on shows and stuff. I every now and then will jump into Reddit and see what they're doing. So this isn't really meaning out of the meantime. This is just something that happened in the meantime that I need to share with Nathaniel. I'm going to have you read something here. I'm going to share my screen, so bear with me.
Oh no, he's making me read.
I know. This is always dangerous. Nathaniel, can you read that post?
Friendly reminder, gambling sucks.
This is a Reddit post, okay?
Discussion. All right. It's a biased reason, but I think it's valid, and it depends on which side of the pool you're on. One of my friends bought a single Marvel Collector's Pack and made $175 off one card. Here comes Doom. Another friend bought a single Collector's Pack and made $110 off two cards. Here comes Daredevil and Doctor Doom Unrivaled.
Marvel cards. Yeah.
I bought a single Collector's Pack and my card average $7 all combined. So I lost around $30. If we're going off the $38 purchase cost, that's not just a gut punch, it's insult to injury and FOMO, because the art on Here Comes cards is legitimately great. Anyway, like I said, just a friendly reminder, not a woe is me post. I know it's stupid and all luck.
Yep, so that is a Reddit post that went up. Nate, who do you think wrote that?
That's you, Todd. That's your experience firsthand. I don't know who opened certain cards, but crazy.
So this is, so I didn't use any names obviously in this, but so I made this post because it was like, I made this post in like, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe. I was just sitting there and I was like, I had just done it. I looked up the prices and I was like, motherfucker. I was like, of course. Why do I get shafted? I didn't get any of the cool cards, and even the cards I did get weren't worth anything really. And so I was like, I'll lurk in the Magic threads, and there's always like, are these cards cool? All the new Marvel packs suck, or this card, what does this card do? All this different stuff, and I'm always like, I was like, I'll just join the conversation. I know I was going to get flamed and whatever. Some people popped in immediately with like, get good. And I was like, I laughed with them, because that's just, you can't get good at that. And then one was like skill issue. And I was like 1,000%, bro. And like a couple people were like commiserating with me. Nate, I'm going to have you read this comment. Okay. And guys, you know who I am. You've listened to the pod. Now read this fucking comment. This goes back to what I teased earlier. So,
right,
Nate, could you read that?
Electric Sex Pants? No, it's not Electric Sex Pants. It is a miniature juggernaut. Why do you waste AI tokens on writing this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And do you want me to read your response, or do you want to read your response?
Sure, I can read mine. So I responded, excuse me? In what world would I use AI to write for me? You absolute goof. And those that upvoted you for that matter, because there was like 7 upvotes at that time. You're so brain rotted by Reddit that you just say little edgelord stuff because it's cool, in quotes. I hate AI, and I hate those that can't tell real thought from the AI slop. That makes you worse. So I was pretty nice in my response to a degree. But I was like, I got called as if I wrote AI because I used complete sentences. Like, you know me, and that's why you had that reaction, I assume. And like the audience would know me. That's such an egregious thing to claim that I did.
Right?
I was
oh boy,
bewildered. And this was all to say, this is a good PSA for everybody listening. Nothing people say or claim on the internet is fucking true. So many people read that and immediately were just like, oh yeah, I bet he used AI, upvoted and moved along. They didn't check. They didn't care whether that was true or not. Like, that's every comment section you're in when people make claims or say something as fact or talk shit about you or call you a name. It doesn't matter because they're just dudes, probably mostly dudes, honestly, just in their basements guessing or trying to just like, whatever, move the conversation along with a gotcha. And it's like, don't take anything seriously online, guys. Everything, do your research. Because if you would look for 1 second at me, you'd be like, oh, that guy clearly didn't touch fucking AI for that. Sorry, I write for a living and I write incomplete sentences. Am I supposed to be proud that it looks like AI? I don't know. I didn't use any fucking M dashes or anything that even looked like AI, by the way. I was like, what would it even sounded like AI? But whatever. So yeah, just don't trust anything on the internet. If anybody calls you a name or bullies, it's just garbage. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just idiots. That's my PSA.
Huh. Damn.
Yeah.
Internet's a fun place.
It's super fun. And I don't think that was a bot. But there is, to my next little mini segment, have you ever heard of the dead internet theory?
Nope.
So the dead internet theory is a concept that asserts that the internet consists primarily of bot activity and automated content manipulated by algorithmic curation. So originally conceived as a conspiracy theory, alleging that the phenomenon is a coordinated effort to control the population and reduce genuine human interaction, which honestly, corporations and stuff pay for bots, and politicians even more so. Elon Musk does, we know that much. The concept is also employed colloquially to describe the impacts of Gen AI, emphasizing only the core observations without speculating on the driving forces. So you're just saying, if all of a sudden, it's almost like the loudest person in the room is just one of the hundreds in the room, right? But they're going to get the most voice. So the bots kind of take that and go, well, if I just keep saying this thing and everybody sounds like everybody in the room saying the same thing, then, oh my gosh, the majority must be against us. This is how people use like polling and stuff to influence elections. Like, oh, everybody's voting for this candidate. I guess I shouldn't even vote because it doesn't matter, when it's just one person emulating all these different people. And then you go, well, it's not worth it, right? It's one, even though it's not, it's only one person you're beating. And most likely, if you've got a sane head on your shoulders, you're probably in the majority. At least you would hope. So I think there's some organization, yes. Bots, do I think that the dead internet theory is mostly because a lot of it's bots? I do think there's a shit ton of bots on TikTok.
Yeah.
To where like you could question them and they don't really respond because there is no response. They're not really programmed to do anything more besides inflame some second or knock down the creator and move along. And then I looked into a little extra piece and said in 2016, the security firm Imperva released a report on bot traffic after examining over 16.7 billion visits to 100,000 randomly selected domains. They found that automated programs were responsible for 52% of the web traffic. So over half of the traffic was all just bots crawling. This report has been used as evidence in reports on the dead internet theory. Imperva's report for 2023 found that 49.6% of internet traffic was automated, a rise from 2% in 2022. So not even just those sites, but internet traffic as a whole, which was partially attributed to artificial intelligence models scraping the web for training content. So there's some merits to it.
Yep.
But that was just my meaning in the meantime. I decided to look into some of those things, and Reddit be Redditing. So
yeah, to be honest, never really got onto Reddit.
I never didn't get into Reddit. I would use it for search results and stuff, and that's what everybody apparently does. And now AI is being trained off of Reddit more than any other site by a landslide. And they've figured out. I'm kind of in the field of marketing, everybody, but they've found out that to influence SEO results and what the industry calls GEO and AEO, which is artificial engine optimization or AI or generative engine optimization, is that to influence those results, you go to Reddit and you can make one post that says oh, Nathaniel's the best podcaster the world's ever known. Go listen to the episode, The End is Sigh on this. And then AI will take it and say that immediately. That'll put up the results. So we could game the system if we wanted to. We could create a subreddit and be like, this thing's amazing, right? But yeah, so they're gaming it, and that's all. That's all the behind the scenes. But I did eventually get into Reddit just for some conversations. When we were restarting this pod, and we were trying to figure out Nate's like laptop issue. I was like, well, does the new MacBook Mini, is that good for podcasting? And like I made a post to like, so I kind of wanted to just like see like comparisons between what people had used and kind of get a good idea. And that's why I joined. But now I just kind of lurk in random subreddits like, Magic or Union Arena or something like that, like just to see what people are popping off about. It's just more of a stalker thing. And so then I finally, stalker sounds weird. There's no one. I'm following that one guy that fucking just called me an AI bot. But no, that's my other post that I made. So, it's a gamble. Reddit sucks and is good and can be manipulated, but is also where people have conversations. So it's a tough one. It's like a necessary evil at this point.
No, it makes sense. I mean, it's the internet in general, trying to find the good and the bad, where to find it, where to avoid it.
Yep. But Nate, onto things that feel like things I was just talking about, but really are not. This is now news for Nate 2 weeks late.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Or 3 weeks late, depending on which episode you're listening to.
Or a year late. Who knows? Oh,
that's true. It's never going to be on time. We promise you that. So, we'll run through these. We'll run through these pretty quick since we already kind of had a little intro action there. Some gaming news, Nate. I know Summer Games Fest was a while ago, but we don't really get to talk about some of that stuff in real time. But they announced the Last Ronin TMNT game.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no gameplay yet, so it's hard. At least the CGI or at least the cinematic looks cool so far. Mighty Cuphead Adventure, a classic side scroller, like in between game. I'm excited for that.
That's one that it should have been online cooperative for the first.
Oh, is it not?
Cuphead.
I didn't look into it.
We've tried that.
Oh, the OG. I thought you meant the side scroller.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like that one would have been great for online co-op, but...
And I feel like it would have been easy as hell. Yeah. Because it's not a big graphics jump. Like, it's very easy to program. I'm sure that's not using a ton of memory and processing, but man.
Yeah.
Good game, but yeah, it should have been multiplayer. Nate, I don't know would you think this is good or bad news? The N64 turned 30 years old.
That's just news.
So, yeah, okay. So, Nate, when you die inside a little bit, that's just news, okay? Good.
Yeah.
Good. It does. I mean, I remember. I still have the piece of paper. I don't think we ever got a chance to talk about it on the pod, but I've mentioned it before. I have I have some old issues of like Game Pro and Game Informer and things like that, and like EGM, all that good stuff. And I found a page in there, and it's like Nintendo catches up with the competition and prices the N64 at $149. A console.
News for everyone. 30 years late.
Yes, news for everyone 30 years late. But I do have the promotion on it, and it's like, holy shit, can you imagine? And inflation does not make them as expensive as they are now. There's no fucking way. $149 is still a fucking steal and reasonable. And God, what a time to be alive, dude. And that thing was a powerhouse, and it had so many classics. You just don't get that anymore, especially for that price point.
Well, it's also games you could just put in and play whenever. You don't need to worry about any updates or patches or any of that shit.
Yep. You always had a physical disc, didn't you? Or cartridge. Yeah. Nate, did you see that Snap is releasing their own, basically, meta glasses for like $2,200? Their AR, AI AR sunglasses.
Jesus, that's ridiculous.
If you real time, while I'm talking about this, Nate, can you Google Snap AR glasses interview and look at these things on this dude's head? He looks like such a fucking moron, and he was getting ripped to shred online about this because they are goofy. They look like from the end times. They look like Back to the Future, but only for the dumb McFly kid in number 2. They're sitting on his like ears, and they're so big. Can you imagine?
They're fucking wings, man.
Yeah,
goddamn wings.
It's so bad.
Oh my God. It's like you're sitting in a movie theater trying to watch a 3D movie, but in real life.
Yes, exactly. Dude, your ears would hurt probably holding down that weight. And he's not shaking his head very much when he's talking. It's probably dangerous to move.
Well, yeah, no, looking at the photos, like everyone's ears are just like slumped down to the side from the weight of them.
It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, that looks so bad.
Google that and enjoy, everybody. It's a nice little image. It's dystopian, but it's funny. And of all the companies you want to have spying on you and other people, you want Snap?
Yeah.
From Snapchat? Like, come on. Nate, it's time to talk about bad AI movie news. So I know a while ago this happened, but like Gareth Edwards, who did the original Godzilla and stuff, has said, I could use AI for movies. They'd be very helpful. So he's drank the Kool-Aid. I almost said Kool-Aid, but with like cool AI. So that sucks. More movie sadness, and this was fairly recent in everybody's timeline. Google is investing $75 million into A24 for AI research. A24, the company that is giving us some absolute bangers and independent art and real ideas and thought pieces and Backrooms that just got released, right? And that, in recent times, and was crushing it at the theaters. The director who made that was like, I hate AI. And this is an A24 production. So it's like, what are you doing shooting your own people in the feet, like in the knees and the freaking brain at this point? And it just sucks. They're all bending the knee. But I did see like there's an anti-AI kind of movie that was made, and somebody like that was backed by like Sam Altman or something dropped out. And this is the trouble with AI companies owning pieces of studios. But Neon, that production company, is now taking it because Neon's, I think, the next A24 where they're still doing it the right way.
Yeah. Well, I know Sean Astin, he's president of SAG-AFTRA. He's been doing something with the law where he's trying to do a no fakes act.
Oh, I saw he was like in front of Congress or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, so he's definitely trying to fight against the AI and all the bullshit with that with SAG-AFTRA, which is great to hear just because like he's the guy at the forefront, and I feel like that's definitely one of the guys you want fighting for him. Absolutely.
Smart, compassionate, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully the good guys win. And that is the non-AI just for you weirdos. Next up, did you see Trump pinning the Medal of Honor to that one soldier?
No.
There's like two clasps, right? And there's like two little button clasps. He could not pin it, so he tied it in a knot, and it took so long. And the guy's basically being choked. Nate, if you want to look that up while you're doing it, but you don't have to on that one. But everybody, I encourage you to look up this video. And then the group, I think is it Headquarters maybe? They did a video of it, and they had Biden putting one on somebody. And it took Trump 5 Bidens to put a Medal of Honor on the soldier. So they kept looping the Biden one as Trump kept fumbling until it was like shoved up against this dude's neck as he like twisted and tied it in a knot.
That's absolutely insane.
Treasury, I'm just reading verbatim as if I am Ron Burgundy. We talked about Nate being Ron Burgundy, but apparently I read my notes like that. The Treasury is planning to print $250 Trump bills. Like $250 bills, right? With Trump on them.
Yeah.
While people starve and prices soar and he makes billions in office. Yeah,
Didn't someone say, like, once you start printing higher bills, that's always a really bad sign for your economy?
That means only the rich are using that. Only the richest of the rich are, like, who needs a $250 bill? Cash is going away, right, for the most part. How often do you pay in cash? But how often are you paying in a $250 bill?
Well, cash is going away, but then at the same time, like, there's places, restaurants and stuff like that are like, hey, we're going to charge you less if you pay with cash, rather than paying the credit card fees and all that shit.
Yeah, because Visa and MasterCard, like, their fees are just insane when they charge the retailers for that.
Yeah.
Everybody's making profit on profit on profit.
Yep.
Except for the local businesses and, all that good stuff. So that's fun.
Yeah.
But in good news, NPR reports that people that were fired over their Charlie Kirk posts are getting big payouts for their First Amendment retaliations. So all these people are getting big payouts because they're realizing, oh, guess what? Like we all said, you can't fire somebody for saying Charlie Kirk was a piece of shit and no one cares if he got ba-bowed, right? Like that's the thing. So I wish I had gone fired. I'd be making bank right now. God damn. Let's see, finishing up here, we got some movie news. There's a Blair Witch sequel coming in September of 2027. So, yeah. So Nate still needs to watch OG. I think that's on our list to do here.
Yeah.
I'd be curious because number 1 was the blueprint for found footage movies. We talked about this a bit on Chronicle. Number 2 was not found footage, and it's the blueprint of how to fuck up a franchise. So I don't know what they're going to do with 3. I'm curious. I know, no, 3 was kind of a return to form. I think we saw that in the theater, but it was many years ago, and they kind of got some of the creepiness back. I'm curious to do now that they've seen all this success come back around with found footage to do number 4, but excited either way.
Would you do a release in the woods for that? Would you go out in the middle of the woods and watch the Blair Witch Project?
Absolutely. I would do that, yeah.
Okay.
I ain't afraid of witches. I'm afraid of forest fires. That's really what we should be worried about right now. Goddamn. If we bring it down to earth right now.
Yeah, Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, he wasn't wrong, dude. Wait until they make the Smokey the Bear evil killer movie where he just lights fires. Then, Nate, did you ever watch The Magic School Bus growing up?
Yep.
I watched some of them. Are you excited that Elizabeth Banks is going to be Miss Frizzle in a live action take?
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
I'm excited for it. I think they could do a really good meta take on how fucking fucked up it is.
Yeah. Oh, we're just going to go into this student. It's fine.
Yeah, without his permission for most of those.
Yeah, no, it'd be great.
Yeah, I'm excited. Elizabeth Banks, I think she just brings some great energy and characterization to stuff, so I'm excited for that. There is, let's see, there's an absolute Batman animated series coming, so I'm excited for that. There's a Ghostbusters 2 sequel called Night Shift, and there's already been some good reviews popping out about that, so maybe it already came out. But apparently it breaks continuity because it's like about some Ghostbusters in between, or like 5 years after Ghostbusters 2, but we know Ghostbusters 3, they retired and nothing else happened for many years, and that's why they were considered fraud. So, it's wonkiness, but it's animated, and so I think that's going to be cool looking. And they say that the season 2 of the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender is getting major improvements over season 1 in, quote, almost every way. So that's only good news.
I don't buy that. I don't.
Okay. Fair.
I've seen some of those, like, people reviewing and stuff like that, and then it's just like, are they just trying to keep the credentials so they could, like, they get that access to the red carpet premieres and stuff like that?
Oh.
Are you just being paid to say, like, yeah, it's great?
Oh.
Yeah.
The dead journalist theory. There's just fake journalist reports to drum up organizations' access and viewers.
Yeah. I don't think, how much money does it take for you to be like, yeah, that was a good movie?
Oh, to lie?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I feel like that's a good question for you, honestly. What would it take for you to sacrifice your morals on a movie and say, like, The Flight of the Navigator was the best thing you've ever seen?
That one I think I'm okay with, because, like, yeah, you can see the good in it and the merit.
Okay.
Like,
well, pick what's one you hate?
Movie I hate.
I must know movies you hate.
The Great and Powerful Oz.
Oh, Jesus, that's a pull. You must, how long you been holding on to that one? All right, tell me about that.
Well, it was a movie, like, I would have walked out in the theater, but went with a group of friends. So I was like, well, I don't know if they're enjoying this, and I don't want to walk out because I'm here with them. So, who knows?
That's a good friend. I never saw that movie. But, okay, so if you were going to walk out of it, and then somebody said, hey, we're going to pay you some money to say this is the best thing, get other people to watch it, what would that cost you? Realistically, would you ever do it?
It's going to have to cost me, I think. I say, God, it's so hard to say, but
it is. What if let's say they came up and said, you're a great, I don't know, and this is another world, you're a great podcast influencer. Oh my gosh, you could really change, people's perceptions of movies, blah, blah, blah. We'll give you $50,000.
No.
To $50K. Okay. $100,000.
I feel like it's got to be enough to be like, oh, I can justify living a little bit off of this for a while. Like, it's not
100,000 is going to get you through a decent year.
Yeah, a decent year, but this is a reputation that you build, you know?
Oh.
You
Okay,
can tarnish
so you're not
it very quickly.
Yeah. Because I am dragging the podcast down with it, because like then you lose kind of the credibility for the main source of income. Okay, well, let's just say you were part of a test screening. You're not part of any sort of media conglomerate or any public thing. They just want to get the stranger on the street that walks by type.
Oh, so my face isn't being shown. They don't know.
No. You are. You're walking out of the theater and they just caught you, right? And then they say, we'll give you money. How much would it take for you to just lie to the camera as just a dude on the street?
Yeah, I'll take the 100,000 at that point.
Okay. Not the 50? 50K right then. You just give me a quote and you walk away.
Tax free? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Guys, if you have 50K, no, we need 100, okay? If you at least 100K, we'll do it for the pod. 50K, we'll pretend like we're walking out of a theater for you. Meanwhile, everybody else is like, I'll do that for free. Give a shit.
Just put my face on the screen. Let me have some screen time.
Exactly. I want to be an influencer. Oh. Okay, well, that's the end of news for Nate. 3 weeks late.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Takes us to the big dog. What everybody's here to listen to. The themes.
So yeah, the themes. I guess I'll start with the evolution of CGI.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, it's pretty much just what movies came out and what kind of introduced CGI and all that kind of fun.
Love it. Get some inside baseball here. Let's do it.
So this is from stickymedia.com.
Okay. What site did you find yourself on? And what CGI is this?
It's sticky with 2 Ks. It's not CK, it's 2 Ks.
Uh-huh. We have the best jizz CGI in the business.
As I grabbed his member, no.
Oh, God.
You're right, this is the wrong one.
Notepad. This is his journal. He's put down the journal. Pick up your notes. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is my board game journal when we play board games.
Oh shit! What game is that? There's got to be a porn-centric board game, right? Or like a smutty board game. There's
Night Shift.
Night Shaft?
No, it's just Night Shift where you play as strippers and you try to get more money from your clients.
Why haven't I played this?
I have it.
Oh my God. See, Nate has too many games. We don't play them all. All right, go on. You start. You see, well, I'll think about playing Night Shift.
So yeah, CGI. So when do you think the first instance of CGI was used in a movie?
I don't think it's considered. It's not CGI. It was manipulation. It's the train coming out the screen is the famous one, right? That was a practical kind of effect or whatever. CGI though, I'm probably going to get this really wrong. How old is this movie? What era is this in? Do you know?
It's older.
Is it old? Oh, you're saying it. You're saying it's older. Is this black and white days?
When was black and white done? It was probably still black and white days.
Dude, I don't have a fucking clue. I know they were just really. There's the Jules Verne movies and stuff that mess with perception, depth perception. I couldn't even tell you. I'm gonna need you to just tell me. I'm gonna guess for 10 minutes.
It came out in 1958.
Okay, not gonna figure that out from that. But is it Wizard of Oz?
No, it's not Wizard of Oz.
I thought maybe The Tornado.
It was a Hitchcock movie.
Oh, Vertigo?
It was Vertigo.
Shit, all right, I got something. Woo!
So yeah, experimentation with the computer graphics and animation began as early as 1940s, but leading the charge was John Whitney, a pioneer in digital art and animation who experimented with mechanical animation techniques on custom-made devices built from World War II anti-craft machinery. John Whitney collaborated with Sal Bass, a graphic designer, to create the animated opening sequence for Hitchcock's Vertigo. So it's that scene with the spirals and everything that kind of introduces the movie. Yep.
That's what I was picturing, was the spirals. That's cool. That is early, man. The 50s. Okay.
Yeah. No, I definitely didn't think it was that old. And I'm like, okay, 58. I mean, I get it. That small little instance, but Yeah.
Has to start
Going
somewhere.
from World War II stuff, using that for it.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Where there's a will, there's a way, man. That guy was very, I'm sure he has his questionable past too, but he was very innovative in the film space. We all know that. It's very influential. And like, I remember when I went to Universal Studios many years ago, they were kind of doing like a behind the scenes thing, and you got to like fake that you were falling down like a shaft in Vertigo by the camera tricks and like how you lay on the ground. And then they had like the DeLorean, you could go in there and film a scene in that. So it was a really cool behind the scenes thing that I was sitting in the crowd for. But I don't know. That's why I got to the Vertigo. They didn't talk about CGI, but I was like, Vertigo just probably started a lot of like the techniques and stuff.
Yeah. From there, in 1961, movie Catalog, which was the first computer animated experimental film. So once again, John Whitley is back to create the demo reel animation with his World War II anti-aircraft computer animation device. The film inspired visual effects for 2001 Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick, even though Space Odyssey's depiction of weightlessly floating in space was created with cinematic techniques, not with a computer. So it just helped inspire. So never was actually utilized in the film, but just kind of cool that it inspired him from an experimental film.
Yeah, like how can we make this practically, basically, like if it's, it's 2001 was out of its time too. So that's, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. And especially to have this guy use the same technology. It's like, if it works, man, you start building off of that and that's your basis for everything.
Yeah. The next one was Sine Curve Man, which was like the first digital morphing of a face. This is just more line work, though. It wasn't like the actual like faces morphing. So morphing is a blending of line-drawn images so they can change smoothly into something else. The first morphing was on a little film called Hummingbird. The Sine Curve Man of the same year takes morphing a step further, creating a smooth transformation from one face to another. This film was created by Mark Gilson using sine curve mapping on a mainframe computer, IBM 360. Computer face morphing has appeared frequently since then. The first more popular application being Michael Jackson's music video 1991 Black or White.
Okay, I could see that. I always think of like Lawnmower Man and stuff like that, where they're trying to like create faces and stuff, like, or like Tron, and where they're trying to like make what's used in, I feel like, video games like the N64 and stuff like that, where you're like scanning faces in and trying to like make it look like it's the curvatures of a face. Did you keep saying Sine Curve Man? Yeah. That sounds like a shitty superhero. You kept saying, I was like, Sine Curve Man. He's here.
It's weird. Yeah. The other one that I thought of that too when I was like, okay, Black or White. So I looked up the Michael Jackson music video, and it's at the end where it's just like you have one face and then it transitions into another person's face. Yep.
But then doesn't it do that like a collage of that? Like it keeps doing that?
Yeah. There was another music video, Taking Back Sundays, Make Damn Sure, that did that, where it transitions from other things. I know, like when he's singing in the microphone, it transitions into a kid holding a dandelion, blowing it in the wind, or an explosion that turns into like a bird's eye view of someone in a ballerina suit with the tutu being the explosion part. So,
oh wow, that's really cool. I've never seen that. Okay,
yeah.
But I know now that you're explaining more of what it is, it's less of the face mapping and more of that. Yeah, that blending of two different things together seamlessly. Yeah, as much as you can. That's okay. So I might have been way off, but now I'm on the same page.
And then from there, we have 1973 Westworld. It's the first blend of digital animation and live action in a feature film. So John Whitley Jr. and Gary Demos collaborated to produce the altered view of the reality of the android gunslinger, accomplished with the use of 2D CGI. So it's almost like his heat vision or whatever as he's walking through and he's seeing that. It's very pixelated and everything.
Yeah, I remember seeing that movie, and it is very impressive. Like just from even like, because I think like the face comes up and stuff. Like they did a lot of different things in that movie to show that like it was an android, right, behind the scenes of this human like facade. But yeah, I forgot about the inside the like almost the T100 or T800, right? Look from there where you're like scanning stuff and seeing it from the robot's quote perspective. I think, okay, that makes sense. That's cool.
But do you ever, I mean, this is totally off topic. Do you ever finish the TV show? Did that fall off?
I did finish the TV show. Season 1, one of the greatest things ever made.
Yeah.
Season 2, okay. They knew that they bit off more than they could chew, and they were trying to live up to the mystery box that they created in 1 in the payoff, right? Okay. 3, how many seasons were there? Was there 4? I think there was 4.
I think there was 4, yeah.
3 went crazy, and you weren't... how much spoilers are in this? They left the conceit of the original and what you wanted to see. We wanted to see this really cool immersive theme park of a Western, and they went, now let's bring it out of that and see the bigger world. That sucks. 4, they just rushed and tried to tie everything together. The concepts got really huge. The set pieces somehow got like smaller, but like more convoluted. It fell off a cliff. People hated it. I was just meh on it, but it definitely should have been one of like, we should be talking about it right now of like, holy shit, one of the greatest series we've ever seen. Because if it stopped in just one season, we'd be like one of the best seasons of television, like, series.
Yeah.
We can't. You have to take the whole, but yeah.
All right, good to know. From there, 1977 and 1979, you had Star Wars and Alien. So like in Star Wars, technology was used for the trench run briefing sequence in the first Star Wars film. And then Alien, the film rendered the navigation monitors in the landing sequence using a raster wireframe model. So very similar with what Star Wars did, of like the trench run being all that kind of wire work of like showing people like, hey, here's what it's going to look like when you're doing this trench run.
Yeah. Sine curve, man. Got in there.
Next one was not a movie, but it was the first computer-generated music video. Oh. It was a Dire Straits' Money for Nothing.
And chicks for free. Money for nothing.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Classic MTV performance.
Yeah. So yeah, the video used computer animation to illustrate the song's lyrics and was one of the first uses of computer animated human characters.
I did not know that. And I always thought Dire Straits was the most like Western country band ever in the entire world.
Yeah.
So I was dead wrong on that growing
up. So in 1986, though, it showed off the first use of a realistic CGI animal. This flying owl is seen in the opening credits. What movie is that?
That is Labyrinth, baby.
He's got it. I cannot trip him up on that. He has nailed it, guys.
I do not have the answers, guys. So I just know that owl. That is the Goblin fucking King. All right, David Bowie. Yep. Yeah, all that goodness.
Yeah, saw that in there. I was like, well, I gotta see if you can guess this one.
Oh, dude, the minute you said owl, it's like, okay, owl, and then opening, I was, oh yeah, that's there's clearly only one answer here.
Then next from there is Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. It showed the first 3D morphing and contained the first use of Cyberware 3D scanner. The Cyberware 3D scanner produced the heads of William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy as disembodied cyber sculptures.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think I saw those when I was a kid. I believe like the parentals were watching that at some point, but I remember them I was super bored doing Star Trek once. I want to go back now because I feel like I would actually appreciate them, but I have no reference point for what that scene is. I always like picture the whales and stuff in the movies, like they're trying to save the whales and things like that. But that's just an aside, guys.
Ever
adding.
Imagine Khan. That's all I ever imagine.
The OG Khan, yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
They live in Star Trek through memes, and then you saw the recent ones though, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I never saw the third one. I still need to catch up. From
it was good
10 years ago.
Star Trek Beyond, I think, is what it was called.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
From there,
the more you know, guys.
The next one was The Abyss in 1989.
Yes, great
This
movie.
science fiction film, The Abyss, used the first digital 3D water effects.
Yeah, I could see that because they think of it as almost like the T-1000. Not to go back to the Terminator thing, but yeah, I could see that. It's a great movie. Did you ever see The Abyss?
No, I have not.
Ed Harris, speaking of Westworld, the TV show. I mean, yeah, maybe we should put that on there because that's also James Cameron. So, yeah.
James Cameron. That guy.
He loves his CGI. I bet we'll get to him.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade in 1989. This was used the first all digital composite. The process of digitally assembling multiple images to make a final image.
For what?
It was used to show the rapid aging and eventual death of Walter Donovan.
That's when his face melts off, right? The Nazi.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then from there we have Backdraft.
Oh.
So Backdraft included the first use of photorealistic CGI fire.
You kind of got to when that movie's about firemen. Yeah. Did you ever go? There was a Backdraft ride at Universal that's not there anymore. You would go into like a room and they would set off these explosions and fire. I remember it being so fucking hot, so they did their job. I imagine that was super dangerous at some point, but yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. From there we got Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Right? You kept talking about it. Of course it's going to come up. It has the first realistic human movements on a CGI character and the first use of PC to create a 3D special effects in major movie.
Also James Cameron.
Yep. Guy loves the CGI.
And to be fair, the T-1000 morphing is still one of the coolest like reveals in like cinema. Like if you're watching it live, like now you might be underwhelmed, right? If you're seeing it for the first time. But man, when that thing's moving around, that was so novel to see a villain, no less, be like almost indestructible because they just morph back to piece like together. It's like, goddamn, it's a great movie. Yeah.
Then in 1993, he got Jurassic Park. The first installment of the Jurassic Park series included the first photorealistic CG creatures. The film used a mix of animatronics and computer-generated dinosaurs.
Still the best dinosaurs ever put on film.
Oh, yeah.
That T-Rex scene is still better than anything they've done in the, 20 plus years since then.
Yeah.
Even Jurassic World, like the newest Jurassic movies, don't look as good.
No, the only time they try to recreate the flare scene in the new like Jurassic World, but yeah, just not as good.
No, that's a cheap homage. Yeah.
1995. It was the first feature-length film made entirely with CGI. Do you know what it was?
Was it Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within?
No.
What? When did that come out? I thought that was all CGI. What year was this?
1995.
Dude, is it something I should know?
Probably.
God damn it. All CGI.
Animated.
So it's anime. Okay, I was going to say I'm going to have to go to animated. It's going to be some like Jimmy Neutron shit or something?
No.
No? Okay.
The fifth one just released.
Oh, fucking hell. Of course it's Toy Story. Of course.
Yep.
Damn, okay. Sorry, Jimmy Neutron. Slander, apparently. I don't know. Okay, well played. All right.
Yeah. And it's crazy, like, going from that and looking at the graphics to if you were to watch Toy Story 5 and how much night and day it is.
Yeah, it's a 180. Crazy how stilted it looked. Like, they were showing a comparison of, like, Sid and stuff now, and it's like, it's so much different.
Yeah. 1997, we have Titanic.
Oh, okay.
So
Cameron again, everybody.
Yep. Titanic at the time of its release was the most expensive film ever made. It was the first use of open source Linux rendered elements in a feature film. Yeah.
Is it still the most successful movie ever made because of inflation, like due to its time and stuff? Or
no,
did Avatar actually did crush it?
No,
finally?
With inflation, I think the most successful is actually came out in 1991. Oh my god! It won like the best won the award, I think, for best film of the year. Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, like based on inflation, like in budget or something?
I think, yeah.
Let's see.
I think that's what it is.
Although it says adjusted for no, I'm not going to use the AO overview. Okay, Wikipedia says Gone with the Wind had held.
Gone with the Wind. That might be
the one you're thinking of?
Yeah, that might be it. Yep.
That makes more sense to me because I know Silence of the Lambs was good. I didn't know it was that good, but Gone with the Wind, yeah, because I think it's still the most successful in terms of inflation and the highest grossing with everything going on. So, all
right, this one you should be able to guess real easily. This came out in 1999, and this was the first use of CG interpolation and bullet time effects.
Oh shoot, bullet time. Yeah,
it's
probably that Mad Max movie with Mark Wahlberg, right? Okay, bullet time.
Nailed it.
Does it involve a Keanu Reeves and a Trinity and red pilling everybody?
You've got it.
The
Matrix. Woo! Yeah, that was a giveaway because, like, yeah, they that bullet time came from The Matrix, and it was pretty much refers to the slowed down rotating action sequences.
Yeah, with like there were so many cameras that they used to like take all the different shots and put them together.
Yeah. In 2002, the first Lord of the Rings movie gave us the first use of AI for digital actors. The character Gollum, seen later on in Lord of the Rings trilogy, was the first photorealistic motion captured character for a film.
Dang. Yeah, and now
ping pong balls in a suit.
Yeah, exactly. And now Circus does that for like so many different projects. It's insane.
Yeah. Polar Express in 2004 was the first film to use motion captured character technology for every single actor in the movie.
I love you, Zemeckis, but that did not pay off.
Those dead eyes in that movie was terrible.
That's the Uncanny Valley kind of weird shit.
Yeah. 2006 was Elephant's Dream.
Damn, never heard of that.
Yeah, Elephant's Dream released in 2006, which was the first CGI short movie released as completely open source.
Interesting. Did you ever see that as a short movie?
I did not, but it's kind of cool though. Like all the 3D models, animatics, and software are included in the DVD release, free for use under the Creative Commons license.
Oh, that's how we use our opening song and closing stuff on our themes, like open source, baby. Creative Commons.
2009 was Monsters vs. Aliens.
I remember seeing that in the theater. Okay.
Yep. This was the first computer animated feature film to be shot directly in stereoscopic 3D. 3D CGI films were previously made in non-3D versions and then dimensionalized.
Yeah, that always sucks when you 3D-ize something. Oh, sorry. I totally got over your words there.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, now the audience is going to be really confused. Yeah, so fuck, I don't think mine was even worth it because now I've forgotten it. I don't think we used 3D glasses when we saw it, but that's what I was going to say. When you go back and make something 3D, it tends to look like shit. When it's built with 3D in mind, you can pull it off. I don't like 3D movies really. Some are clever. If it's a popcorn flick, if Evolution was made as a popcorn flick with 3D, great, sign me up. But like when you go back and do like Clash of the Titans and stuff like that, it just doesn't, I don't know, you can get headaches and it just doesn't look good. So.
Yep. 2012 was The Life of Pi, where all the tiger shots on a boat were created with highly advanced CGI. The actor was never near a real tiger.
Which is crazy because it's just about him and the tiger on his boat.
Yep. 2013, Gravity. Gravity's stunning photorealistic depiction of zero gravity was achieved through CGI.
Did you see Gravity?
I did not. Everyone said that was a in the theater kind of film.
Yes, I was just going to say it's a theater experience one. Nate, you've got a projector and a big wall and plenty of darkness to watch it. You should put Gravity on there and just put the sound up, put the bass on, and just enjoy.
All right. And then the last one on here is Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, hold on. Let me just go off mic here. Oh, all right, I'm back. Oh God, no. Debricked now, you know what I mean? Sorry.
In one scene, the replicant, Rachel, appears exactly as she did 35 years ago in the original Blade Runner, 1982. Actress Loren Petta acted in the scene as her features were changed with the help of CGI to recreate Rachel.
I remember controversy about that. People, like purists, were like, it wasn't good enough. I think it looked great, but I mean, obviously you can't get the real de-aging. Like, it just is what it is, man. But that entire movie is beautiful. You guys know. If you haven't listened to the pod, Todd loves Blade Runner 2049. Nate does too, but he's less and less co-signing with me as it being one of the greatest of all time. But it is beautiful, and I stand by it. Okay.
All right. And then just to kind of break down cost effects. So VFX and like CGI, it's kind of one and the same. VFX is more just like the scenes around like real movies. But so for simple VFX, such as basic composting and color grading, it's $30 to $50 per hour.
Jeez.
Independent short films is $5,000 to $50,000 per project. 3D modeling and asset creation is $300 to $2,000 per project. Complex animation and simulation is $2,000 to $5,000 per minute.
Whew.
And then shooting live action, large scale VFX scenes is $10,000 to $50,000 per day.
Yeah, dude. There's no joke when they say that CGI is expensive, the time and processing I'm sure it takes, and which is why all these companies short shaft everybody working on CGI and make the timelines really small so that they can't spend more days. They will pull every corner they fucking can. I say pull, but cut every corner, right, to make sure that CGI is cheap for them, even though it's never going to be cheap. They're just somehow exploiting the labor to get it, and
that's why it's like, it's crazy. The movie that we watched last week, Evolution, the CGI in that looks really well done for 2001. And then you have some of the shit that's happening in Marvel movies. That's big budget. They have the money for it, but they're just trying to cut corners and put it out so quick that it looks like shit in some of the things.
Yeah. The last time I when you say like Marvel, I picture like the big end scenes and stuff from, Infinity War and what is the final one called?
Endgame.
There you go, Endgame. Like, it looks beautiful because they already had this runway and they were like, we're putting everything into it. But yeah, after that, then you get like MODOK and Ant-Man and the movies that came after, and they said, you know what? Do your best. And we're going to cut your corners, probably your hours. But we're also going to overwork you for probably no pay and type things. And that's where lawsuits happen and the industry starts to, But anyway, we won't rant on that. But yeah, it's worth the money when you pay for it because it looks great. It's done well. Like Spielberg and them put the money in and stuff like that. And Cameron does to make sure that it looks good.
Yep.
We might not like Avatar, but it's not that it doesn't look good. It's that the story sucks. So.
Yeah. Right. Paid a shit ton of money to tell a subpar story.
Yeah, to tell Fern Gully, but wow. All right. Thank you for the CGI evolution speech. I like that it was like it was a trip down memory lane. I appreciated that.
Yeah. And well, what do you got for us for the broad spectrum of evolution?
Okay. So, evolution is a very big topic, and obviously people study their entire lives to like learn this, and it's a lifelong testing and theorizing and blah 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 type field, right? And I'm only going to have a number of minutes, okay, to kind of wrap up the highest of highest level. Usually it's Todd that goes in. I'm speaking third person. Please forgive me. Goes in and just...
Guys, he's dead. That's it. He's flatlined.
I literally just lost everything and had to take a breather. Guys, because I'm picturing what I normally would do with one of these topics. So, evolution is such a big topic. I can't wrap it up enough. You're just going to get some... No one expected to pop into here and get an actual college course on evolution. Great, whatever. I'm not here to convince the creationists and everything that evolution is real, even though my topic is technically called evolution, parentheses, is real. I'm not here to sway you, but at least you know where we're coming from. I'm just going to go from the very top. I'm not going to preface it anymore here. Merriam-Webster defines evolution, this sounds like a speech at like a college graduation, as a cumulative inherited change in a population of organisms through time leading to the appearance of new forms. Duh. It also defines it as the process by which new species or populations of living things develop from pre-existing forms through successive generations. So that all makes sense, hopefully, at this point. This discovery or science, or whatever you want to call it, around evolution is, of course, Darwin, the GOAT. He kind of set this all in motion. He is the one that was like, hey, I think everybody's adapting and changing based on previous generations. I think depending where you live, like he was studying birds and like the Galapagos, and like their beaks are different. I think based on where they were born, lived, grew up from, that the generations before them informed how they adapted and changed to their environment, all this good stuff. And so I started with him, natural starting point. And according to Wiki, of course, alive in the 1800s, Charles Robert Darwin was an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist, widely known for his contributions to evolutionary biology, which comes up a lot in the research, and that's just, the study. Evolution and the study of that really informed so many fields of science that we'll get into in a second here. And then I switched from Wiki to a big source. We know them well as the Encyclopedia Britannica, so we don't fuck with them. They were the OGs. I think we've talked about them in their book collection in the past. They have an entry titled "What is Evolution?" or "What is evolution as Charles Darwin understood it?" And they say that Charles Darwin's theory of evolution had three main components: that variation occurred randomly among members of a species, that an individual's traits could be inherited by its progeny, so its children, and that the struggle for existence would allow only those with favorable traits to survive. Darwin's most prolific work is found in his book On the Origin of Species, which was published in 1859, and that's where so many scientists get their information of what Darwin was collecting and talking about. So while he, the founder of all this, and we learned a lot, everything, no good deed goes unpunished. So Charles Darwin's theories hugely impacted scientific thought in the realms of politics, economics, and literature, but not always in a positive way. More insidious were the ways that Darwin's ideas were used to support theories such as social Darwinism and eugenics, which used biological determinism to advocate for the elimination of people deemed socially unfit. What does that sound like to you, Nate? Sound like a swastika to you? Because it does to me. That is Nazi 101.
Exactly what I was thinking, sadly.
Yeah, so eugenics is the selection of desirable hereditable characteristics in order to improve future generations. So they evilly applied that to humans through biological determinism, which is the idea that most human characteristics, physical and mental, are determined at conception by hereditary factors passed from parent to offspring. While this is true for some things like diseases or like addictions and things like that, right? Your parents' DNA does not determine how you think, right? Like that's not, I'm like, oh, well, I like podcasts because my mother liked them. No, she didn't know about podcasts when I was born. Like things like this biological determinism is such a weird backwards way to say like it's only through your DNA. And so that what makes you good, etc. Which then they use, for eugenics to then say survival of the fittest, technically, right? But they use it to like cull the weak, even though no one's superior, et cetera, et cetera.
It's just one of those things that's crazy of like, it just sounds so vanilla of everyone enjoying the same thing, looking the same. It just...
Yes.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah, can you imagine looking around and it's just blonde, blue-eyed people just like walking around. You'd be like, this is so boring. This is like it would be like an alien invasion movie.
Yeah.
And guess who dies in all those alien invasion movies? The aliens, motherfucker. Okay? We realize this conformity is not good. The Borg and shit is not good. They go on to say that even though Darwin himself was an abolitionist, which was a political and social movement dedicated to eradicating slavery, so he was on the right side of history, that's why I called him the GOAT, the ideas inspired by his work contributed to some of the most racist and classist social programs of the last 150 years. So people ruin everything. They took real research and real like, hey, this is how we kind of evolve and stuff, and went, let's use that against the human race, right? Let's subjugate people. So that's kind of a little background there. That's not fun. But Nate, guess what is fun? You know where I got this next piece of information?
Live Life Science.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. When it popped up, I went, oh my God. And I was like, am I even going to use this? I'm going to use this somehow. So they do have a good little summation in here where they kind of goes into the survival of the fittest, where they say, put simply, the theory of evolution by means of natural selection can be described as, quote, descent with modification. So as your descendants are born, they modify themselves to better adapt to what's happening in the world. They say this is said by Brianna Pobiner, an anthropologist and educator at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., who specializes in the study of human origins. So pretty good experts on this here. The theory is sometimes described as, quote, survival of the fittest, but that characterization can be misleading, Pobiner said. Here, fitness refers not to an organism's strength or athleticism, but rather its ability to survive and reproduce. Right? So, the natural selection of it all is, Nate, in our last episode, we discussed how there's a cave with fog and alien life. Nate's like, I'm walking in there for science. I'm saying I'm not going in there. In this evolution, Nate's dead. I'm alive. My progeny continues. And this is the survival of the fittest.
Hold on. What if I get a power or something like that? Okay, I'm not dead. I'm just evolving with it.
Nate's moving evolution with his X-Men 97 stuff. He's going to be a mutant with cool powers. What would your power be, Nate? What do you think? If you evolved.
If I evolved, had a power?
Based on what you do, would it be wood related? Would you be like a Mega Man Woodman?
Yeah, maybe wood related, or probably just, be something with board games. Where I would probably be able to change text and rule books to better suit it for me. It would be a pointless thing for everyone else, except for it would just benefit me. But actually, this rule right here.
Oh, no. We've confirmed the sneaky fuck. He's evolved into the sneaky fuck.
Or, no, actually, that or it'd be the one that I think would be more helpful is, I read that rule where I could play a past glimpse of something that happened.
Dude, if you had clippable power to say this is what was just said, that you would be the best journalist and anything in the world to be no, you did just say this and here's it in real time. Which we should be able to do that technology pretty soon, right? Yeah, that's got to be up on the agenda for later on in life here. Yeah. That would be good. I could see you being super strategic, right? Your superpower would be really understanding, the great chess players, looking all these steps ahead on board games to be based on this. I think you already do that, so I don't know if I need you to have more of that. I need that power. That's what I need to evolve. So if I needed to evolve to adapt to you, I would get that power. What would you evolve to adapt to me? Spelling.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. 100% hooked on phonics is my evolution.
We call him the hooked on phonics man. All right, well, back to my very deep conversation on evolution here. Nate, when you picture evolution, a visual of it, what do you picture? I'm gonna see if we picture the same thing.
I picture the man slowly standing straight up.
Yep. I do too, and I assume most people do. So I looked and found a version of that from the Britannica as well. And it shows, the ape basically walking upright and turning into the modern man. And this is called the human lineage. And we start with, bear with me on these pronunciations, Australopithecus afarensis, which is basically a hairy ape. Then he gets a little shorter, so I don't know why that works, but little has hairy. Homo habilis is the next line. We've only got 5, so next one, Nate, this is the funny one. Homo erectus, so much taller, much less hairy, standing very much more upright, like arms more down, not kind of like swinging back. Then we get to another, then he goes short again. I don't understand what the shortness has to do, but I think because like stout and stuff, like I don't think tall people actually have like a natural evolutionary like good trait, right? Because the taller you are, the easier it is to like fuck with you or get into danger and not be able to fit in spaces. So all you 6'4s, us short kings, we're cool. I'm not that short, I'm average height. But anyway, it goes shorter and goes to Homo neanderthalensis. Neanderthalanin. Yep. And after that, it gets taller with like flow. You should see the picture. This dude's got flowing locks, dude. It's crazy. Nice. Hairless, and that's just Homo sapiens, baby. That's where we're at right now, and then the lineage.
What's the next step? You think there's ever going to be a next step in our lifetime?
Homo super erectus.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. If I was doing a whole episode on evolution, I probably would look into that. Now that you've asked that, and like we would talk beforehand and be like, "What about this?" And then we'd like really research and come together and do it. We're not doing that, guys. So that's what I picture. That's what's shown. Great, everybody, we're on the same page. Now, there's also animal evolution, and so I pulled up like a page into here, and that kind of ties in more to the movie, actually, the animal side of it. And according to Flexbooks, it's actually like a pre-K to 12 like organization, like it's like a teaching textbook organization. It's like, okay. Hell yeah, dude, I'll use what they're actively teaching right now. And they talk about the single cell to multi-celled organisms. So this should sound very familiar, right? So
it does.
It does. And it says that the first animals likely evolved from marine protists. We've all also seen like the image of like the fish crawling out of the ocean and evolving like as they do the time lapse. Protists are mostly single-celled organisms, some of which grow clumped together as cellular aggregates called colonies. The evolution of multicellular organisms may have occurred when the cells within a protist colony began to become specialized for different functions. So we need to do this. This other piece still needs to do this. Now we start to separate a bit. This would represent the first primitive multicellular animal. Strong support for this hypothesis comes from the most primitive animals, sponges. And I know sponges are very durable, and they've been like they're one of the oldest things. Like they just exist, man. I don't know the most about sponges, but they say like they're a class of protists called choanophlagellants, but they're single-celled organisms with a long, thin fiber protruding from their bodies called the flagellum. These beat like a whip, and this motion allows the organism to move through the water. So the first evolution was movement. We got to get out of this environment. Let's move to here. Maybe there's predators. Maybe there's temperature changes in the water. We need to migrate type thing. Then you get the different periods of time. You get the trees, insects, amphibians. Then you go to terrestrial arthropods with jawed fish. So like they're growing more pieces. Then you get terrestrial plants. And then you get more, in the Cambrian explosion, most modern animal phyla appear. And then 630 million years ago, you get the first identifiable fossils of multicellular animals. So you're going from, guys, I started talking about what you see before I talked about the times, but 416 million years ago, you get the first trees and stuff. And then 630, so a good 200 million years, you get fossils of multicellular animals. And then over time, you get to us. Fun fact, Nate, the evolutionary history of primates can be traced back 65 million years ago. When does the Bible say Jesus existed? Just 2,000 years ago.
Okay.
2,000. So primates started evolving 65 million years ago. Jesus, too. So creationists, I said I wasn't going to talk shit about you, but believe that God created the earth few thousand years ago, and then we're just here. We're like, no, the earth is literally provable through fossils and stuff to be millions, hundreds of millions of years old. So, come to your own conclusion. We'll leave it there. I could have a whole episode on giving the audience existential crises, but I choose to move on to the next part of this.
You choose happy and joy. I like this. Yes.
I don't know if that's the case, but I do want to save people their sanity while listening to this episode. I did learn that it was not only Darwin. So a guy named Alfred Russel Wallace, who also lived in the 1800s, was an English naturalist, explorer, geographer, anthropologist, biologist, and illustrator, so overachiever, who independently conceived the theory of evolution through natural selection. So they both independently came to the same conclusion. And it says in his 1858 paper on the subject was published alongside extracts from Charles Darwin's writings on the topic. This actually spurred Darwin to set aside the big species book, in quotes, he was drafting, and to quickly write an abstract of it, which became the book On the Origin of Species. So they helped inform each other's work that has set the basis for all this. But Alfred Russel Wallace doesn't get talked about. You don't get Darwinism and Wallaceanism. Like, that sucks. It's one of those parallel thought things that one just wrote the better book, right?
Damn. That sucks.
Yeah. Poor Russell.
Justice for Russell.
Justice for middle name Russell. What now? I mentioned earlier that evolution, the study of it, has given us a ton of fields because of it. And here's where I jump into that. So just... guys, I'm not a performer. I can't lead you into that any better than I just did. It says a big part of the study of evolution is the many fields it has produced that have helped scientists understand life and enable us to live longer, live better lives, all that good stuff. And that includes the big dog, biology. Without it, we probably don't get biology, right? It says, in fact, evolution is the central unifying concept in biology, which includes fields such as zoology, botany, microbiology, which reflect what was once seen as the major divisions of life. There's also experimental evolution, paleontology, and ecology. And through even those fields, here's some more lists, we now have important fields of research including evolutionary robotics, engineering, algorithms, economics, and architecture. So without the first, you may or might not get the rest, right? Like, all this stuff leads from the development of theories on these things to say, well, let's learn about evolutionary biology, what came up a ton in the research. And it was like, this is now us learning about how our bodies work, and the DNA. DNA is obviously the core thing that disproves a lot of creationism and stuff like that, and doubts on it, just because our DNA does change and it does share the traits of the parents, and that's all provable, right? We do get certain things from descendants. But I just thought that was kind of interesting that, you don't get really these, even down to things like they say, economics and architecture kind of all spurred from these fields based off of, the original studies and stuff. Guys, don't fact check me on that. Okay. And then, I did put a section here called The Case Against Evolution. Psych! It's just church BS. So literally, as I was searching the interwebs for either the case, so I searched for the case for evolution, and I searched for the case against it and pulled up both search results. And it says both of them have a paid sponsored advertisement in the middle from Carl Joseph Ministries. So a church that says the 17 reasons evolution is a lie. And I'm like, you fuckers, you know who doesn't need to sponsor ads to say that evolution is real? Everyone. And it's any other things that were against it was it was the Institute for Creation Research. I wonder which one they fight for. I mean, if you have a whole institute devoted to it. But yeah, I'm going to keep... I know that wasn't necessarily short. I feel like it was way short, actually, for usually one of my segments, but I'm going to cut it there because evolution is such a big one. And through kind of your stuff, less so, I guess, just in the term evolution, but through the movie we watched already, we kind of covered a lot of that stuff. And this is a hot button topic that I would love to actually dive in more to and go against, put creationism versus it and kind of go through the steps and kind of, what was the very first, like, what are the changes that need to happen and how long does it take to evolve and things like that, which is, again, you come here sometimes for facts and sometimes you get me telling you that I did some of the facts, but not all of them. And that's just where we're at, baby.
Well, in the end, justice for Russell Wallace.
Justice for Alfred Russell Wallace. 3 names, couldn't even get one famous.
I just like Russell Wallace. No Alfred.
You don't like Alfred? Batman hater.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. I would typically roll into my ins and outs, but it's a hokey pokey week.
Okay, so you put your right leg in and your left leg out. Do your hokey pokey. Turn yourself about. That's what the end of Sai is about. All right, and
it's all about. Yeah. Okay. Now, do you know what we're doing next week?
Should I?
There's nothing on the board because we're going to figure out over the next couple weeks. This is our 100th episode.
Oh, shit.
This is the 100th episode, shenanigans episode. So we will figure out something. It's not going to be a movie. So technically the next 2 weeks you won't get a movie, but you don't ever get a movie every other week, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So episode 100 and 101 will be kind of we'll figure something out here, but it's been left to the podcast gods to figure out in the meantime.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. I hope they're merciful, because
we
could use it.
See what their thought is on evolution.
If they're gods, I don't think they care for it too much, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
They're kind of, particular about that.
Well, everyone's waiting in anticipation for that episode.
Mm-hmm.
What can you recommend them?
I thought about this one, and I was like, man, I do a lot of recommendations of shows, and there's only so many I can watch at one time and finish in time to, like, give them, so I don't really have that. But I was like, we did a lot of hanging out, and I've had some friends and stuff have some different things happen in their life, so I'm going to do more of like they're all real recommendations, but like more of a real down-to-earth one. So make time for friends and family when you can. I know it can be tough to coordinate, or, for like overthinkers and Larry David-esque people like myself, it can feel like a real task, but literally YOLO, you live once, for real. It's always good to send out a reminder to listeners, I think, and to myself, that life comes at you fast. People age, people get sick, people can leave this life suddenly. So, answer the phone, send the text, go grab the drink, coffee, whatever, if you don't drink, start the podcast, make that drive, and all that jazz. Yeah, I'm not good at saying this, but I'm doing my horrible best. But that's in general, just instead of going to watch something, talk to someone.
Yeah, nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's cheesy, but that's it.
Hey, cheese is good.
Cheese is good. I hope that's your sign off. All right, what do you got to have? What do you got to recommend people?
Well, there we go. We got the right noise this time.
There you go.
I'm going to recommend Escape: The Curse of the Temple.
Yes. Great game.
This is a game by Christian Amundsen Otsby, and it's from Queen Games, and it is a hectic, chaotic game because it's not turn-based. It's not, hey, you go, I go, you go, I go. It's everyone's going at the same time. You're rolling dice trying to escape this temple where sometimes you roll dice that are cursed and then you get stuck. So someone needs to come to your room and help you out. But then there's all these other special rules where it's like, oh, if one of your dice rolls and it rolls off the table, you lose that dice forever. You think that should be easy, but some people tend to roll the dice off the table. It happens. It's chaotic.
Yeah, sometimes we never let them live that down. Because sometimes it's about to win or lose the game for you, and then it falls off the table. It's so good. It's a great memory, guys. We're not being snarky. That's a great memory. It's that the game is based off of, it's dice rolling, so it's luck, but it's like a cooperative game, but also based on good faith, because everybody's rolling multiple dice at the same time. Yeah. You have to trust that they got the results they needed before they moved.
Yeah. But it's all based, there's a CD in there too, that's your time track, where you're listening, and if there's like a gong, then you have to get back to the safe room before the gong hits, or else you lose a die. So it's just Yeah, it's great.
It is. That's a classic recommendation. That game, that was one of the earlier games we had started playing all together, I think. And
yeah,
we need to play it again. Now that you mention, I'm like, I really want to play that next time we play games. It's such a good one.
Yeah, it's a very simple.
It is,
and it's nice because usually when games recommend on the box of like, oh, this game takes 30 to 45 minutes, and you're like, bull fucking shit.
Right.
This is like, no, this game actually takes 10 minutes to play or whatever once you start, because it is just based off of the soundtrack.
Yep. Yeah, compact, good to go. Like, yeah, it's like that. Escape is a great recommendation.
Yep.
Well, cool. Before we escape from this episode,
where can they find us?
Nope.
I had last episode. I'm standing on this.
This is not some internal agreement between us that we split the socials. But I will tell you.
I'm stuck in this temple.
I'm going to roll this dice off and kill you in this podcast.
All right. Well, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can email us at theendofsci@gmail.com. Did I not say .com?
You did. No, I was trying to like beat you to it.
Okay. Rate us, review us, whatever platform you're on. Leave a comment. Let us know. Ship in a bottle, yep.
Well, note in a bottle, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, ship in a bottle. If someone wants to actually give us a ship in a bottle,
we'll take it.
I'd be thoroughly impressed by that.
Who gets it? Do we need 2?
Yeah, we do need 2. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
it's got to be 2. If it's only 1, we smash it in front of you and...
we curse your name, we send you away.
Yeah. So yeah, 5 stars while we smash a bottle in front of your face. Okay.
That's the promise. Yeah, then tell your friends, tell your family, tell those you love, and tell those you hate. It all washes out in the end. We love it all. So yeah, thanks for listening as always, Nate. Do you have our sign off?
It's all cheese.
I think that was it. It's all cheese. I've already forgotten. And it's all... It's like Mousetrap, but it's fucking Candyland.
All right.
That makes sense?
Sure.
All right. Bye.
Bye.